Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you. This verse has really been speaking to me and encouraging me lately, and I wanted to share it with you because who doesn't need just a little bit of encouragement, especially right now when times are a little bit uncertain. So these are the before and afters. I've been spring cleaning my home, and I'll talk a little bit more about what spring cleaning means to me. But I cannot wait for you guys to see the before and afters. This video was so satisfying to make. If you enjoy it, please consider subscribing and giving this video a thumbs up. That's a huge compliment to me. And without further ado, I'll get into it. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my high. I'm going to be starting off in my bedroom. I'm going to be using my carpet shampooer with the extension attached and shampooing my mattress. I'm going to be using a couple tablespoons of Shout stain remover, and on this mattress I'm not going to be rinsing it because it's such a diluted amount of Shout. But while I'm doing that, I thought I would just talk a little bit about myself because I don't do that a whole lot on this channel. So I am 23, and ever since I was about 12 years old, a lot of people have thought I was actually the age that I am now. And with that age expectation came a lot of expectations from other people to be older and do more things than I actually was capable mentally and physically of doing at the time. And so I've actually just come into my maturity as far as doing the things that people thought I've been capable of my whole life. And with that comes a realization that I can do things however I want. So that applies for me to spring cleaning. This is what I was talking about when I said I would talk about spring cleaning later on and what that means to me. Spring cleaning for me means doing the things that need done in the spring. And so it doesn't necessarily mean taking my whole house apart from top to bottom and cleaning everything all at once. For me, it means doing the things that I didn't get to during the winter, that I couldn't get to during the winter, like the windows, like I couldn't have the windows open and just have cold air blasting throughout the house during the winter. So I do my windows during the spring, I deep clean them, and I also do this mattress because during the winter it's warmer in the house, you sweat a lot more and stuff, and I do have a waterproof mattress cover on this, so it wasn't all that bad, but I did feel like it needed done. So I'm also going to be doing a few other things that I'll show you later that really can only be done in the spring, or that only need done about once a year or so, or just after a long winter. So I just thought I would share that. I'm 23, I'm married to Kyle is my husband, he is 24, and we have two little kids. They are 1 and 3. Their names are Cassidy and Jesse. Cassidy is my 3-year-old daughter, and Jesse is my 1-year-old son. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I am starting up this YouTube channel just as partly as a way to hopefully in the end make some money, but partly as a way to hopefully help others know that they are not alone in their messes and to share the gifts that God has given me. Hopefully you also see these as gifts, but I just feel like God deep down in my heart the need and want to share just knowledge and things that he has put in my house and in my head with you guys. So this is the water that came from the mattress. It actually wasn't too bad. It was definitely not as bad as what I was expecting, but it definitely needed done. I wanted to share a tip with you guys. I wash some of my pillows, and I make sure to put my pillows into the wash with a load of clothes so that they don't get all mangled, because when I put them in a load all by themselves, just a bunch of pillows, they always get misshapen, and I buy the cheap pillows, so it especially happens when you have cheap pillows. So this way the clothes actually help wash the pillow. I forgot to put it in before the wash cycle, so I just made sure that my washing machine still said that I could add a garment. One of the things that only needs done every once in a while in my home is tile grout. I had noticed that this bathroom was just not smelling the greatest that it could be, and I noticed that the tile was getting pretty gross, and I figured there was a lot of smells and germs harbored in that tile grout. So I just took my steam cleaner and steamed it all first, and then I used a cheap nail brush from the Dollar Tree, scrubbed it all out. If I needed to, I used the steamer again to remove the dirt from the grout that I had scrubbed in, and I used a microfiber cloth also from the Dollar Tree to wipe away any dirt and excess, and I made sure to sweep before I did this, and I mopped after to get all the residue and the dirty water that dried off the floor. If you don't already have a steamer, I would highly recommend it, especially if you have a lot of tile or a lot of tiny spaces that you can't get into. Honestly, I use this the most for my tile grout and for anything that is really greasy that I can use it on. I love the steamer. I will link it below in the description box. It is absolutely amazing. Some of you probably have kids like me, and maybe you'll understand that when I was filming some of these videos, the tidiness and my hair and makeup and things like that just kind of went by the wayside. So I hope that you can look beyond those things and just focus on what I'm doing, because the hair and the makeup and the tidying and just different things that weren't as important definitely got done later. As you can see, I also had this kind of residue from one of my bathroom rugs. I got a cheap bathroom rug, and of course the rubber stuck to the floor when it was wet and it dried there, and so I'm just using that steamer to, once again, it's a really handy thing to have around to just pop things off of tile that is really stuck on. My knees were seriously hurting me after this job, and so I would say that if you're going to be on the tile or on any sort of ground for an extended period of time, getting a Dollar Tree garden mat that's just the right size for your knees would definitely help a lot. I should have done that for this. I didn't realize that it was going to be so painful until the next day. As well as living on a dirt road, my husband also manages a chicken farm that I can literally see out my front window. So as far as smells and dust and dirt goes, I feel like I know quite a lot about cleaning them, and I feel like the steamer it's just worth its weight in gold with how much I use it for all those different things and living where I live. I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open. I actually didn't use any cleaners because the steam is supposed to sanitize and help everything just come out really easily, and it did a good job of that, but I feel like this particular part of tile got a little cleaner than the rest because my daughter had dripped some hand soap there, so that's why it looks a little lighter as well, because that hand soap was foaming up. It took a little more steam and a little more scrubbing to get that out. But this is the before, and I definitely noticed a huge difference in the smell and also, of course, the look of the bathroom. This is the after. You can tell that the tile grout is so much lighter and so much cleaner than it was before, and I will definitely make sure to do this on every spring cleaning. So after that was done, I moved into my bedroom. You have to forgive that blue nail polish, but these are the window tracks. They're really bad. We live on a dirt road, and tons of dirt comes in, especially in the spring when the windows are open or when it rains and it washes all the dirt off the window. So I'm using that steamer once again. This is such a great tool. I'm using the steamer just to loosen up the dirt, trying not to push too much dirt down into the crevices beside the window to go into my wall, but honestly I wasn't too worried about it. And I used a microfiber rag, again from the Dollar Tree, to scoop it all out. There was so much dirt, and when the windows are open, my kids are always at the window talking to my husband outside or just mooing at the cows that are out there in the fields or different things. My kids are always at the window. And so I wanted to make sure that these were clean and there was no bugs and dirt and things like that they could literally play in. Also, if you guys have any ideas on how to get that blue nail polish off of my windowsill, I would be open to hearing them, because all I know is I could use nail polish remover, but that would remove the paint. So maybe I'd just have to do that just to get the blue off and maybe touch up with the paint. I'm not really sure about that, but I haven't really worried about it because it's not really a big deal to me. It's just a little blue. It's in my bedroom, nobody sees it, so it's no big deal. I did not worry about the screens when I was doing this, not very much anyways, because I figure the screens are probably just gonna get really dirty anyways. My kids don't really touch that part of the window, but the inside of the tracks and where these stickers were, I really try to get the stickers up off the windows. I'm not really sure why they were there anyways, but I really try to get the stickers and the dirt and all that. And I had already shampooed the carpet in this bedroom, and at this point I was really regretting that. But I went ahead and did it again in a different room in the same order, and I regretted it again. So hopefully next year I can make a mental note just to do the windows before I shampoo the carpets.
I don't know how to start over with someone else. Thinking of you is still making me breathless. We had it good, baby, we had it bad. I let you go, now you're stuck in my head. Like an all-out, drawn-out goodbye.
There are 3 windows in my bedroom. There is the double window and then the single window, and I did all 3 the exact same way, and I made sure to wipe down the windowsill and the window ledge on the actual window itself after I was done to get all that debris out. There was so much. I was very satisfied when this was done, but unfortunately it's already just a little bit dusty, so maybe I should do this a little bit more often than just spring.
He said he only wanna see his friends. Another week went by and we barely even spoke. Think I'm beginning to read a sequence. Why did you turn your back on me? Maybe there's something I don't see. Could you just shed a little light, shed a little light, shed a little light on me? Shed a little light, shed a little light, shed a little light on me. Why'd you go and leave me here all alone in the shadows? Could you just shed
You may not have noticed, but there's already been a couple of outfit changes. I did this video on several different days because with having 2 little kids, there is no way that I could just go through my whole house and deep clean everything all at once. But this was an entirely different day than everything before. I made sure to open up the window, get some light and some air going in this room. This is where my husband keeps a lot of his items, and this is where we keep guests. Well, we don't keep them there, but this is where we let them stay whenever they stay with us. And so I wanted to kind of refresh it and make it new because we possibly had some people coming to see us on the weekend after I was filming this video. So I wanted to make sure that our futon was fresh and that the carpets were all shampooed and everything, all the cobwebs were out and all the dust was out. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video, making sure that the bed is clear before changing the sheet on this futon and trying just a little something different for keeping up the mattress.
You for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it too well or not, but I used some shelf liner, that rubber sticky stuff that's kind of like a grid. I used it on the bottom 2 corners of this futon to hopefully keep the mattress up a little bit, and time will tell with that. I have noticed it slipping just a little bit, but my kids are kind of rough. And then I used a air freshener or a fabric freshener to freshen this up and make the whole room smell good just by spraying the one area. I moved this treadmill I just oriented it differently, but I actually ended up turning it back the way it was so that I could use it. Thankfully, I used it instead of just letting it be and not using it just because it was in the corner. I love having a treadmill in my house. It motivates me to walk so much more. But anyways, I regretted moving this after I did because I needed to use it after that. But it did help a lot whenever I was vacuuming and shampooing the carpets.
You set my world on fire. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just want you, I just need you. I don't know what it is you do. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Just tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
Whenever I vacuum before I shampoo a carpet, I make sure to go in both directions and go pretty slowly and just take my time and really get all the dirt that I can and the debris on top. And going both ways ensures that all of the carpet is freshly combed through, so to speak, so that everything just is fluffier and just more ready to receive the shampooing. And I made sure to get this mystery substance out of the corner. I think it's from one of my husband's bow targets. I didn't want that going up my shampooer.
I see you. How I see you.
While I have my vacuum out is the perfect time to go around and get the cobwebs off of everything. I don't even have to think about it. I just have to go pretty close to an item to make sure all the cobwebs are off. The suction does the rest, and this is my favorite way to get the cobwebs off of every corner and every room of my house.
In many ways it's great up here. Somehow life goes on. The stars we know are gone. In this lonely place, I still see your face. I go round and round until every sound is a symphony from my heart.
Instead of using Shout in this room for the carpet, I did use a couple tablespoons of liquid laundry detergent, and then after I did a very thorough shampooing, I used several tanks of the laundry detergent water. I went in again with a second round going the opposite direction as the first round with just clear plain hot water, and I just use hot water from my sink, as hot as it will go. And I definitely think that running a rinse afterwards going the opposite direction gets a lot more than just doing the one, because soap actually attracts dirt if you leave it and don't rinse it. This is the water after the first laundry detergent run going one way, and then I'll show you the second one that was after doing the rinse with just plain hot water. And I thought it was crazy that there was still this much dirt. I thought maybe I should do it again, but I'm just a little bit too lazy for that. I thought close enough is good enough. A few days later, I went back into that same room and I made sure to clean the window really good. Once again, I accidentally made the mistake of not going from complete top to bottom, and I got a lot of stuff back onto the floor that I didn't mean to from the window. But you know what? You live, you learn, and hopefully next time I won't make that same mistake. So obviously with having kids, there's just a few problems that always arise when I go to deep clean something. They're always wanting to be right there cleaning with me, and I love that and I appreciate that, but at the same time, in certain rooms, just to get things done more efficiently without stumbling over them or worrying about if they're going to get hurt or something, I actually ended up using a baby gate in the doorway of this room while I was cleaning in there. That way nobody got hurt, but they could still see me and talk to me, and I could talk to them. And I feel like that is a really good motherhood hack. If you need to clean in a room and you have a baby gate that you can use in that room, then I feel like that is really just an easy way to keep in touch per se with your kids, but also get some really deep cleaning done. So if anybody needed to hear that, I just thought I would share that. This is the before. It was pretty unorganized, or at least untidy, and then this is the after. I feel like it just smells and feels a lot more open and a lot fresher in that room. I don't know if I have ever shown this part of my closet in a video before, because honestly, it's just a little bit embarrassing. I took out my basket with all my unmentionables in it because nobody wants to see that, I'm sure. But this closet was slightly dysfunctional and very sloppy. It was slightly organized as well, but not as much as I wanted to, so I just took everything off of each shelf one at a time. This time I remembered going from top to bottom, and I just organized it the way that it would work just a little bit better. There was a lot of things that did not go on that shelf. There was kids' toys, there was just things that went somewhere else in the closet, and there was things that I actually just totally didn't go in there at all. So this top shelf, I turned from my socks and some of my husband's jeans into just his jeans. That way his jeans are the only thing that's on the top there. I made sure to clean everything off as I went, and I might go back in and add some shelf liner later. I'm not really sure about that. But now he knows exactly where his jeans are. He doesn't have to go which shelf. You know, when he looks at the closet, he doesn't have to go like up and down with his line of sight. He knows exactly they're at eye level. They're all right there. And then on the next shelf, I made just my socks and my unmentionables. Like I said, I removed that basket, but I do have a basket similar to the one that has my socks in it. I have that one next to it where the empty space is. Like I said, there was lots of things in there. That cardboard, no idea where it came from, why it was there. I made sure to get all that out, wipe everything off, and put everything back in a nice and orderly manner.
Find someone that could be my great love right in front of me. I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next.
This third shelf I made for my jeans and jean shorts. I have quite a few because I like the fold bottom shorts. I need to iron them and sew them so that they look like a wreck right now. But I made sure that my jeans had a stack on the left and my shorts had a stack on the right, and it's so much more functional now. With this third shelf, this is a shelf that when my kids decide they're going to go play in my closet, this is the one that they destroy the most. I have a lot of skirts down there. This is where I keep all of them. And so I decided to make a long skirt stack on the left and a short skirt stack on the right, and try and keep my kids out of the closet just a little bit more so that my shoes and my clothes don't end up all over the place and I have to redo this all the time.
So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like
I was amazed at the difference between the before and after, because even though I thought it was slightly organized, it was very chaotic at the same time, and it feels so much more cohesive when I walk in my closet. I know exactly where everything is, and that is a wonderful feeling. So after that, of course, a few days later, I don't even know exactly how many days was in between these filmings, I moved into my laundry room. We have an outside door here, and the kids go in and out a lot because their play set is right outside this door. So I didn't even realize how bad the grout was in here until I started cleaning, and it was really bad. If you couldn't see the difference in the grout in the bathroom, you will definitely be able to see a difference in the grout in this room. And this is probably the most satisfying before and after that I have ever done. It was so filthy. I had to continually use the steamer on the grout to rinse it out per se and get more and more dirt. It was very satisfying, but slightly disturbing at the same time. And hopefully I can stay on top of this a little bit more in the future and just kind of scrub it a little more and keep that dirt that's constantly tracked in from building up so much.
Hope for a maybe. I get a one-way ticket down to memory lane. There are two hearts beating. Just nothing will ever be the same. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, I love that I love you. Wanna shout, I love that I love you, baby. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now
know if you noticed this, but I also try to use the steamer just very, very lightly on the baseboards. You can't tell a difference too many places because a lot of my baseboards are scuffed up and marked up, but I could notice a difference with the dirt. I just gently swiped over them with the steamer and then wiped over them with a rag, and it worked really well to clean them without having to get out a sprayer and worry about soap residue or cleaners or anything like that.
I promise I won't mess things up like I did last time I saw you. I did a lot of things that I regret. Now I'm not playing hard to get. Oh, I decided it's been too long, baby. Reaching out to touch your heart. Hope for a maybe. I get a one-way ticket down to memory lane. There are two hearts beating. Just nothing will ever be the same. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout, I love that I love you. Wanna shout, I love that I love you, baby. We had a chance, babe, to work it all out, but we blew it on our foolish pride. And now I wanna scream and shout. Wanna shout that I love you, baby, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Ah, la, 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 la. Ah, la, 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 la.
This is the before where I didn't even remember what color the grout was supposed to be, and this is the after. This was extremely satisfying. Now, even though I do spring cleaning my own way, what would spring cleaning even be if I didn't have a kitchen drawer organization? This one was really bad. My silverware is clean, I promise you, but somehow my silverware holder was just absolutely, it was bad. It really needed to get cleaned. But when I pulled it out to clean it, I actually realized that it was kind of busted, it was really gross, and I'm not even sure where it came from, if it came with our house or if we bought it. I do not remember that, so I just decided to get rid of it. I had a bunch of these pencil-sized holders that I was storing, and so I just decided to clean out the drawer, reorganize. Well, it didn't really need reorganizing, but I decided to redistribute the silverware and put it in there in just a different way that was much more functional. I started to wipe out this drawer with the Pledge antibacterial spray, but it just wasn't really working, so I went and I dumped everything out and cleaned everything out with a wet paper towel instead of a dry one because it was that rough. I'm a little bit embarrassed to say. So then I used these dollar store trays. They're the perfect size for putting in just about any drawer, and I had some that I used for each category of utensil, and it worked really, really great. I know a lot of people are using these in their drawers right now, and I think it is very functional because I was never motivated to pull out all my silverware at once to clean out that silverware organizer. That just never happened, obviously. And so with this one, I feel like I could be just a little bit more motivated if it needed it to pull out just one tray at a time, dump it out on the counter, and just wipe it out like it needed, that other one needed. So I feel like this would motivate me to stay cleaner in the future. And isn't that what spring cleaning is all about? It's just trying to clean up and stay clean and stay on top of things. So I feel like this definitely helps me be motivated, and I would highly recommend it if you find that your silverware drawer is also getting a little bit dirty and it's a little bit embarrassing, because that was definitely happening with mine. I know a lot of people keep their trash can out, or some people have a lid on it, and some people have theirs in a cabinet. This cabinet is meant for a trash can, but it's meant for a round one, and I have a rectangular one, or whatever shape that is. And so I just have to keep that drawer tray thing in the way, sort of, because I don't really want to get rid of it in case someone else wants it for their trash can or I get a different shape. So I just started with sweeping out this trash can cabinet and cleaning everything with a doTERRA concentrated on guard cleaner. I could have used Murphy's oil soap, but I just felt like this was going to let the smell come out of there a lot easier, because I noticed the cabinet was kind of smelling bad, so I thought this would get the smell out of there a lot better than Murphy's oil soap, because Murphy's oil soap is more of a ceiling cleaner. Not ceiling as in up high, but ceiling as in SEAL. It seals in the smells. So I was thinking that hopefully this doTERRA cleaner would clean it up and deodorize it at the same time. So that's what I used on the wood and on the wall behind it. And it made a huge difference. It smelled a lot better. It looked a lot better. And I will show you what I did to stay a little bit more on top of the smell in the end.
You, I know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you. Can't you see? I want you.
A while back I picked up these Glade plugins. I don't have a plugin in there, but I used the Glade little capsule thing with the liquid, and it smelled amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really genuinely appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up. That is a huge compliment to me, and I see each and every one. Thank you so much.